What's up, YouTube? We're at Pure Muscle and Strength. We just finished crushing some hamstrings. Get it. And I'm about to walk you through what we did, why we did it, and give you some tips and cues on to make this workout work for you. With this hamstring session, I got my boy Martin here. So we got a Marty 2.0 session of the boys getting it in together. So he's a wonderful UK coach. He coaches some of the best over there, like Lewis Breed and a few of the other guys you saw in my YouTube video from New York. But this is the man. He's gonna be pushing me through these sets, and you guys will see having a partner makes all the difference. So first things first, guys, we're taking some pump product. Right now, I'm not sponsored by anybody, so just trying out some products. Action Sledge sent me this one. We're running 2 scoops of hydraulic, so we're getting a good pump, no caffeine. I'm not using any caffeine in training right now. I just don't really need it. I'm getting it from energy drinks or coffee. And then as you guys know, if you've been following along, the gel packs from Mint 45. So the link's in the bio, but this is the absolute game changer for any heavy lifting day. And at the end of prep, I was doing it every single day. Now we're back to just leg, those heavier body parts where we really want to get that focus dialed in, as well as push into the pain tolerance a little bit. So these are awesome products. This is metragenine extract. It comes from the kratom leaf, but this is the safe product and it's awesome to use. You guys know I start leg day with this every leg day. I think it's just a good warm up in general. Gets the hips and everything warm, gets the blood pumped through the legs, as well as it really helps stabilize the knee for anything else that we're doing, which is a really important factor, especially as you guys know with that slight quad injury. Now we really want to make sure that the knee is stabilized from all directions. Other than that, we're just going to run this up as a top set. This machine doesn't go very heavy, so maybe we can put a plate on it or something, get a little bit more out of it. But really, we're just gonna get warm here and then we'll go into some real work. Yep, one more. Come on. Easy work. Run these adductors. That was a good top set there. Really warm. Can't really get any more weight on there. So I'll do a back off set where I squeeze a little bit, just get a little bit extra blood in there, and then we'll go into some hamstring work. The only thing that's still shitty is my sleep. And I don't know if it's because I'm still so lean that my body's still like fighting it a little bit, because I'm waking up just hungry. I'm like, I want to go in the kitchen and just ravish the whole thing. But I know that if I just keep fighting it and stay lean, even though sleep sucks, when we do fire away for the Olympia, fuck, it's gonna be. All right, guys, exercise number 2, standing leg curl. Really just trying to stick to the bread and butter stuff that Brett and I always do. You kind of know our hamstring session if you've been following along for a while, but get right into these single legs and really just focus on letting the hamstring do the work. Like, I want to be pretty, but I want to be dense and fucking just grainy and nasty. When Branch got second at the Olympia, he weighed 242, same height as me. Phil won at 232. Whenever you try to kick it up and use the glute a little bit, it literally throws it off your heel, so you can tell that you're cheating. So this is a nice machine to really lock in, get a good hamstring contraction, really focus in there, and then we'll go into some more heavy work with the lying hamstring curls later. But for now, let's run the top set here and see what we can get done. So I would have had you push me for more, but then this motherfucker would be like, Popped some fibers in this one. Well, I fucked it up really bad with Brett when we lived in Denver in like 2020. 5-plate RDOs, and the one side touched the floor, so it threw me. And when it did, bro, just bubbled. In Dallas, I had another bad adductor tweak that was kind of like hamstring and adductor. And now this leg just, the top, or like the top 45 is weak as fuck.
Perfect. Let's go. Get it. Yeah.
Yes. Whew,
nice,
fuck,
nice.
that side is so weak.
Good tempo.
Yeah, that was great, bro. Thank you. Perfect help. Just like it should. Heavy and hard. Like I was telling Martin, one hamstring's a little bit stronger than the other. So that left side was definitely a lot harder than the right side. But it put me right in where I need to be. Really getting into that hamstring, causing fiber breakdown, which, as you know, is what we need to then go home, recover, and build some muscle. All right, guys, so for a back off set here, we ran that top heavy set. Then we're gonna kind of mix another top heavy set with a back off. So in doing so, I'm gonna get 8 to 10 here with that same heavy weight that I got last time. Probably 8, because I only got 10 last time. It was a heavy bitch. But we'll get 8 around there. I'm gonna have Martin pull a plate. I'm gonna get as many as I can with 2 plates. And then we're gonna pull another plate. We're gonna go down to 1, and we're really gonna focus on some squeezes there. So I'm gonna try to get about a 3-second squeeze on each one of those. And I'm gonna have some assistance for Martin on those, where he's just gonna lift on my ankle. What that's gonna do is help me get further into the contraction than I could on my own. What happens is you get so much of a hamstring pump that the hamstring actually can't close on its own. And by having him give me a little assisted pressure, we can get the full range of motion. So this is really just to smash them all out, finish this exercise, and then we can go into a line. Woo! Yes, sir. Up. Yes. Yes. Woo. Yeah, a little sweaty. All right, guys. So a little tip here: when you got a good partner like Martin, what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna have him do his leg, have him do his right leg, and then I'll go back to my left leg. That gives me a little bit of time to reset, get my central nervous system, my breathing and heart rate down, so that I can really attack that next set as hard as I attack this set, as well as this is my weaker hamstring. So I really want to be able to reset and recover and give my all into that leg.
Come on then. Up, get it. Drive, 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 drive. Yeah.
Shit.
Breathe. Good, man. Easy work. No bouncing, no bounce. Yes, perfect. Come on, let's go. I'm with you, come on. Yep, two.
Come on, motherfucker.
Up. Yep, one more. Up. Yep.
God damn.
And up. Come on, you got one more in you, one more. Yeah. Let's go, up.
Come on,
Up. Come on. Yeah,
you guys
squeeze
know
it.
I preach this a million times, but having a partner is everything. And as you train with somebody over and over and over again, it just becomes more symbiotic. So that's why Brett and I are the best we've ever been. We've been training together since 2019, you know, so that's 5 years in the books. We've been banging elbows and know exactly each other's cues, know each other's faults, what we lack on, the things that we do bad that we need help with, all those type of things. Makes a huge difference. I like having a partner like this. Martin hops straight in there. Uh-oh. You tweak it? Yeah. Bad? Shit. Bad? Yeah. Fuck, bro. Well, boys and girls, that's what happens when you're a peak week coach and a pro bodybuilder trying to get ready for the Olympia, I guess. So we dinged his hamstring up a little bit. We'll have to work around it a little bit, see what he can do, what he can't do. But really thankful for him to be here to push me. All right, guys, exercise number 3, we're doing a lying hamstring curl. Using the Prime, this is awesome because you can change where the weight is, the K-Bird machine here. So what that is you can control whether it's heaviest in the middle of the range, end of the range, or top of the range. This is kind of nice to let it fade off at the top of the range, get a little bit lighter so we can get a deeper squeeze on our hamstring. This is an awesome machine. We're gonna run some top sets here. And then we'll go into some seated hamstring curls after that. Kind of some things to focus on or watch as you paying attention to my warm-up sets and stuff here. 2 things I'm really doing. Every warm-up set is a warm-up set. That's exactly what it is. It's getting me ready for that top set. So I'm focusing on my breathing. I'm focusing on my rep tempo. I'm focusing on this muscle contraction and the squeeze. All those things are building up to build those perfect reps so that by the time I get to the top set, everything is cranking and we can just get after it and kind of let the mind go. But one thing to really focus on here, or that you'll see me doing, is I'm focusing on breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, trying to control my heart rate here, because with my head below my feet, sometimes my heart rate gets really elevated. What we got, boss has got on the plan is carbohydrates, electrolytes, and EAAs, Gatorade powder. I've showed you guys some videos on this before, but this is way cheaper than buying the bottles of Gatorade. You're getting electrolytes, you're getting carbohydrates. It's very similar to Clustrodextrin and an electrolyte pack, and it's super cheap. I don't remember what the tub is on Amazon. It's like $5 for 5 gallons of Gatorade. So we got about 30 carbs from that. And then I got EAAs here. These are from Trained by JP. This is the pina colada flavor, and this is absolutely fire. I wasn't sure on it at first. You kind of like pina colada, could it be milky, could be too sweet. This is the perfect intra flavor. I'm in love with this one. It's like the perfect refreshment of coconut and a splash of pineapple. And with the Gatorade, the little bit of sweetness goes perfect together. So I'm gonna mix this intra up, and this is just gonna help sustain and really push into these top sets in the next few exercises while we finish up. Simple, yet effective. All right, guys, so hammering these hamstrings. Jake asked me a question of why I'm doing hamstrings versus a full leg day. So hamstrings are super important, guys, and a lot of times they get neglected. So one thing I've noticed is a lot of times when you train legs, most things are quad dominant and most bodybuilders are quad dominant. So what ends up happening is you end up doing a lot of quad and a tiny bit of hamstring at the end, and that's why you see a lot of bodybuilders with weak hamstrings. So one thing I started out early on in my career, after my first national show, was they told me I had a weak back and weak hamstrings. So instead of having a full leg day, back in 2018, I started breaking things down and seeing where my weak points were, and hamstrings was one of them. So I split my leg day up, I made a hamstring day and a quad day, and that's been a huge focus for me. So not only have I seen my physique drastically improve from that, both front to back, and make me really balanced, which is one of my superpowers, if you will, in bodybuilding, is being really balanced and being very proportional. But also on top of that, I've seen all my leg movements skyrocket. So by having those stronger hamstrings, I have a lot more stability in my squatting patterns, in my leg pressing patterns, to be able to let that quad do the work and really grow as well. So as you can see, by splitting this up, I've built some world-class legs. I've even had Jay Cutler say that they were world-class legs. So you know they're pretty decent, and I think that this is the way to do things. Also, hamstrings are important for all other things like running, jumping, and being athletic in general. So if you're not a bodybuilder, you should still be training these things to make sure that you're the best you can possibly be. Who's your favorite person you've trained with? Do you ever get to do like a Dorian session or anything like that over the weekend?
Dorian. Hard to say, man.
Really?
Yeah, it is really hard to say. I think from a point of an environment, being in destination.
Okay.
Yeah.
With Lewis, because you guys were getting out ready for Texas.
Yeah, Brian's
Yeah. Okay.
so,
Yeah. I had my first leg day with Brian. They surprised me. So like I didn't know I was training with Brian. I was just going to Metroflex to train legs, but I have a camera crew. Branch calls him and says like, hey, when Marty shows up, tell him you're gonna train him and just kill him. So like that time I puked like 3 times in the session. But it was just like one of those like, I knew I had to prove myself. And then when I got done, I knew I did, you know? I mean, Brett and I've had like a 1.5 million sessions. Like a couple that stick out in my head is like one that we did 10 plates on the original Cybex hack squat. And we literally had to like jimmy. We were like shoving stuff in the end so the plates could fall on there. So that one was crazy. And then we had another one where we had a leg press session and I was smoking his ass, bro. I was whipping him. And we had like 14 plates on a side or something. And he hits the salt so hard and he's like 8 plates deep and just bloody nose, just gushing. But he was like, no way am I letting Marty beat me. So it was just blood running down his face and shit. And he's just, another. And then he got done, he's like, I drank so much blood during that set, but I wasn't letting you beat me. All right, exercise number 4, I think, maybe 5, I don't know. My brain's starting to stop working. But we're in seated hamstring curls now. So we're attacking them hamstrings from all different angles. First we had the standing, then we had the lying, now we have the seated here. So with the hip bent at 90 degrees, we're being able to get a full contraction and really squeeze in the bottom of this. That's the main focus here, really digging those out. We're gonna work up to a top set like we have on everything else, and then we'll do a back off here. This one is a little different for me. I've never used this seated hamstring curl, so we're just trying to gauge the weight. Right now I don't know what I can find or where the top set is. So we'll have to do some more warm-ups than normal probably to find that. But once we get to it, we'll go heavy and hard, and then we'll hit a back off and I'll explain whatever we're gonna do there. Good shit. That's how you get big legs. Intensifier here to finish up this back off set on seated hamstring curls. We're gonna do a muscle round, or some people call it a cluster set. It's kind of a mix of whatever you want to call it. We could call it a Martian set even if you wanted to. But we're gonna do 5 reps, then we're gonna do a 5-second squeeze in the bottom, then we're gonna go back into 5 reps, repeat, rinse and repeat until I want to jump out of the machine, and then get one more round, and that should do it.
Yep. Come on, man. As long as you can, then slowly negative, slowly negative, slowly negative. 3, 2.
Bye. That was a sweaty set. Next exercise is a leg press. So kind of finishing these things off with something really heavy, as well as giving Martin a variation that he can work on quads versus the hamstring since he had that little tweak. Here, I'm putting my feet a little bit higher. I'm really focusing on the control of the negative in the rep and really focusing on stretching those hamstrings, as well as just working up to a top heavy set here and really going after a load. Like I said, I tweaked my knee a few weeks back before New York. Still kind of babying that injury, so we're not getting to the top weights that we really want to. So you're gonna see a little bit more tempo here, a little bit more control, a little bit longer rest in the bottom or a pause, and then perfect reps here. But this feels really awesome. I'm getting a good hamstring and glute contraction here, as well as a nice little quad pump to go with it. We're about finished up here, but it's been an awesome session, as well as a good bullshit session with Martin, you know, so we got the two Martys together. It's been awesome, man. So enjoy this and just soaking it all in, living in the moment and doing bodybuilding what I love.
Get it!
We got two, we got two.
Come on. Keep going. Yep, and again. Let's go, you got two more. Let's go. One more, come on, all in. Let's go. Yep, up, get it. Yep.
Hell yeah. All right guys, finishing things up here. We got a straight-legged deadlift and the Smith machine. So really, just like a barbell, we're just going heavy and hard here. The only thing is this is controlling my movement path. Really making sure that I'm locked in and making sure that I'm a little bit more safe. So I've torn my hamstring on straight-legged deadlifts multiple times, small injuries, but we wanna really try to avoid that, especially right now, coming out of a show, being a little bit leaner, a little bit more of a risk of injury. Want to do something like this or a pit shark where it's a little bit more control. Very happy with this movement. Already got a couple warm-up sets in, it feels really good. So now we're just gonna run a good top set here and then we'll wrap things up for the day. This hamstring session's been awesome, hard and heavy. We're getting a ton of muscle growth out of it and I'm excited to get it out to you guys. And that's a wrap on hamstrings, guys. So I took you through the full session. Hope you liked it. Go and try it. Like, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. And in the comments, let me know what you guys want to see next. I got Jake with me for the next few days. We're gonna be cranking content and making sure to give you guys everything you want to see. So we're 18 weeks out from the Olympia. We got nothing but time to improve. And I got my boys documenting the whole thing. So subscribe, make sure you tune in.